your entire energy field, not just the head. Sensing of an aliveness in the entire energy field. And in there you don't need to think unless there's something to think about. And a lot of the time, for example now, there isn't really anything to think about. You can just join this, what looks like a person, and everybody else here who look like a person, join us, join me in that simple sense of alive presence. And if the person that you are is not totally obliterated, but temporarily, one could say, it recedes into the background. It's almost as if for a while you are not a person, because there's nothing at this moment that you need to remember about your past or your problems, because your problems have no reality at this moment. Only when thought starts, your problems, because everybody has them, then you remember your problems. But in the simplicity and actuality of this moment, you have no problem. And that's an amazing thing to realize that right now there is no problem here. Even if you had a toothache, it wouldn't be a problem, it would just be a toothache. But it doesn't become a problem. It's only when you start thinking about it, it becomes a problem. So everybody carries around with them in their head, in their energy field, a problematic life situation. I don't know anybody whose life situation is not, to a greater or lesser extent, problematic. Unfinished business here, things that you don't know how they're going to work out in the future, things that went wrong in the past that may go wrong tomorrow, other people, what they want, intentions of other people, and what they are going to do to you, and how is this going to work? Is it all going to work out? That's called a life situation, and it's problematic. And the strange thing is, everybody has that. And sometimes it's much more problematic than at other times, so that's why I say to a greater or lesser extent, you carry around a problematic life situation. If that absorbs your entire consciousness 24 hours a day, except in dreamless sleep, so it's a bit less than 24 hours, it absorbs your entire attention, your entire consciousness. It's like living with some voracious parasite. This is so important, it matters. Just think about this. And it eats up your energy, your consciousness. It becomes thoughts. And that's a dreadful state. So you discover, yes, there is a problematic life situation, and it is unlikely, and let's see a strange thing, that it will ever not be problematic for very long. The problems can lessen considerably as you become more present, but even as you become more present, you're still faced with challenges in the world of form. The way you deal with challenges in the world of form becomes much easier, so that is true. And you are much less likely to create a drama around you, unnecessary drama. That is true. You're much less likely to get involved in conflict situations with others. That is true. But there will always be challenges, and there will be things that can be considered problems in your life situation. Until the moment when death approaches, of course, that is the end of your problems. So it's important to realize that the challenges will be there in daily life. You will continue to have a life situation, and you may not ever feel that now everything is absolutely sorted out in my life. Everything is in its place. Total order in my life situation. It's not going to happen. Do you think I have total order in my life situation? No. There are things that should be dealt with, haven't been dealt with. Disorder at home that hasn't been cleaned, that still needs to, there's a pile of papers there that hasn't been sorted out. Here I've got mailbags, haven't looked at them, they've been unopened for 4 weeks, and new mailbags are arriving. And that's only a small example. So if you have the demand or expectation that one day everything on the external realm will be absolutely great so that it doesn't cause you any more concern, it's not going to happen. If it did happen, your life would become quite lifeless. So knowing that there is, on the level of your life situation, on the level of form, life continues to be challenging. That's how it's designed to be. And through life being challenging, actually, a deepening happens inside you. You awake. The awakening intensifies or deepens or accelerates. Now, what does that mean, the awakening? The awakening out of complete identification with the forms of your life, especially thought forms, so that you realize beyond all the things in my life situation, there is another dimension, and you don't know that conceptually, but you know it directly. There is which I sometimes call the transcendent dimension, and that can be experienced or sensed at any moment as the simple, powerful fact of the light of consciousness that you are. Before the light of consciousness turns into a thought or into something, there's the light of just consciousness. And here's your life situation, so you transcend that. You don't deny the life situation, or you run away from it, or you feel suicidal because I can't deal with that stuff anymore. No, you transcend, you rise above, so to speak, and there you see your life situation, and there you realize yourself, the timeless self, as the light of consciousness that is not touched by your life situation. It's not touched by time. It's just that. And then, at first it seems you can either be present or you can be lost in your stuff. That's how it at first seems. People, okay, I can do it. If nobody disturbs me, I can be present. Shh, nobody say anything. And if nobody moves the furniture around me, things have to be, because I'm familiar with the furniture here and this there, nothing must change. Okay, now I can be present. And that may be a true experience, but it's not deep enough to sustain itself when somebody moves the furniture a few inches. Why did you do that? It shouldn't be here. It has never been here before. There was that book a few years ago, it became a bestseller, a tiny book, Who Moved My Cheese? It's about learning to accept change because it's all around you continuously.